Tonight, we are seeing more dramatic images of the Russian invasion of Ukraine. People are fleeing to safety as the attacks intensify. ABC's Faith Abube has the latest.
Overwhelmed and terrified civilians in Ukraine literally running for their lives as Russian bombs rock one Ukrainian city after another. This man running with a child in his arms, another with a toddler in a stroller, and this man helping an emotional senior citizen to safety. In Irpin, a suburb of Kyiv, Russian projectiles setting fire to the community they once called home.
It's like no houses which were not bombed.
In the region of Vinnytsia, this video released by Ukraine's emergency services showing crews battling a massive fire at the airport where more Russian missiles destroyed a building. Across Ukraine, the UN has verified more than 400 civilian deaths, but concedes the actual figures are much higher.
Russia is starving out cities like Mariupol. It's shameful.
Today, after a third round of talks with Russia, Ukrainian officials reporting some positive movements in creating safe humanitarian corridors that would allow civilians in Ukraine to escape safely. But two prior Kremlin promises to provide safe passage were broken. The Kremlin demanding Ukraine formally recognize two separatist regions in its eastern territories as part of Russia and change its constitution to bar membership in NATO or the European Union before they would consider ending the war. Ukraine's President Zelensky, who has called the deadly Russian attacks deliberate murder, responding in this exclusive interview with ABC's David Muir.
We are not prepared for ultimatums.
And President Biden spoke with the leaders of Germany, France, and the UK today as the U.S. considers banning Russian oil imports. It's a move the U.S. could take even if European allies who rely more heavily on Russian fuel don't join in. In Washington, Faith Abube, ABC News.